The political landscape of Bangladesh could be described as a constant struggle between the democratic and secular forces, the authoritarian army, and fundamental Islamist factions. Ever since the beginning of the idea of Bangladesh, Islamist fundamentalism has played a decisive role in the country's politics. During the tumultuous period of the Liberation War of 1971, the most notorious Islamist group, the Jamaat-e-islami, sided with the Pakistan army to quash the rebellion. This group would go on to play a significant role in Bangladesh for the years to come. The Jamaat-e-islami has a long history dating back to the British colonial India. After supporting the Pakistan army in the Liberation War of 1971, many Jamaat leaders fled back to West Pakistan. However, after the demise of Mujibur Rahman and a military coup in the country, the new leader of Bangladesh, General Zia-ur-Rahman, created a wave of radical Islamization coupled with nationalism. He carefully dropped the word secularism from the four cornerstones of the Constitution of Bangladesh and made the recitation of Quran a regular practice at the meetings of his Bangladesh Nationalist Party. The Islamist ideas of General Zia can be traced back to one named Said Abul Ala Maududi, the founder of Jamaat-e-islami. Maududi wanted to create a unified Muslim Ummah, and hence his organization opposed the partition of British India and later on the Liberation War for Bangladesh. After the assassination of Zia, it was Lieutenant General Hossein Muhammad Ashad who paved the way for the return of Jamaat-e-islami in Bangladesh. He made Islam the state religion of Bangladesh and institutionalized the religion in the politics of the country. Subsequent governments of Khaleda Zia also saw leaders of the Jamaat in cabinet positions. The public dissatisfaction with the Awami League further consolidated the Islamist factions in the political space. The Jamaat-e-Islami became responsible for outright attacks on religious minorities in Bangladesh and the establishment of orthodox madrasas for create a new generation of fundamentalists. Over the years, Amnesty International has also documented repeated attacks on Hindus and other religious minorities in the country. Instances of Hindu temples being vandalized, houses ransacked, and assault on Hindu women have become common news in Bangladesh. Even the present unrest that led to the eventual overthrow of Sheikh Hasina and her government had the involvement of Islamist cadres and fundamentalists. This is evident in the fact that the violence directed by these student-led groups were in fact the targets of Islamist factions. Hindu temples, minorities, and even every trace of the legacy of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the Bangabandhu, or the founding father of Bangladesh. The Jamaat and Islamist factions have been opposed to Sheikh Mujib and his fight for the independence of Bangladesh from Pakistan. The Jamaat-e-Islami, however, is not the only militant Islamist organization that has taken root in Bangladesh. The student wing of Jamaat, the Islami Chhatra Shibir, also carries out acts of violence in university spaces and have been implicated in religiously motivated attacks. The other organization is the Hakat-ul-Jihad-e-Islami, that has been responsible for attacks against secular individuals, journalists, and religious minorities. This organization reportedly had links with Osama bin Laden, Ayman al-Zawahiri. Operating from the Chittagong Hills primarily, the outfit has been allegedly involved in infiltration to India through the eastern corridors and carrying out terrorist attacks in Indian territories. In 2000, the group had also attempted the assassination of Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina has been vehemently opposed to the Jamaat-e-Islami. However, she herself has led some policies to favor some Islamist factions, most notably the Hefazat Islam, another hardline Islamist organization. The Hefazat Islam wanted to make Bangladesh an Islamic nation with a strict Sharia law and a blasphemy law in place. The Hizb-ul-Tahrir is yet another group that has surfaced once again after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. Posters of Hizb-ul-Tahrir have been plastered around the Deepto Shopot sculpture in Bangladesh, created in the memory of the police officers that were killed in the terrorist attacks at the famous Holy Artisan Bakery in 2016. The Tahrir, banned in several countries, has re-emerged in Bangladesh with an aim to convert the country into an Islamic caliphate. At present, the Islamist outfits, especially the Jamaat-e-Islami, will become an important player in the Bangladesh politics after lifting of the ban of the outfit by the Mouhammad Yunus government. The government lifted the ban on Jamaat as well as its student outfit, Islami Chhatra Shibir. The Islamists would now get an opportunity to further strengthen their hold in Bangladesh, especially since the interim government has, as a constituent member, A.F.M. Khalid Hossain, the head of the Hefazat-e-Islam, as Minister for Religious Affairs. As these Islamist outfits are moving in the heart of Dhaka and becoming prominent in the politics of Bangladesh, it has become a cause of concern not just for the country but for the entire neighborhood.